Welcome to the Stein Financial Group's educational webinar series for 2023. Our conversation today is about wealth transfer planning, but at its heart, it is just a continuation of our What If workshop from January. Just like this video, you can find that recording on our YouTube channel. Thank you for spending time with me and the Stein Financial Group team today. Specifically though, why are we here today? Today, we're going to talk about ways to ensure the next generation gets more of the money and the assets you've worked so hard for. You have spent your life working to provide for your family, and we want to help them keep more of what you've earned after you've lived your good life today and throughout retirement. Today, we'll discuss the basics of wealth transfer. So what is a wealth transfer plan? Who should have one? Spoiler alert, everyone. What can a wealth transfer plan help me accomplish? How does a wealth transfer plan work? What elements make up a wealth transfer plan? And how do I get started? Anthony Gerbity and myself on the team are here to help answer your specific questions and offer any guidance or support we can. As a reminder, we are financial advisors, which means we work with our clients and their lawyers to build wealth transfer and estate plans to make their wishes a reality. First, what is a wealth transfer plan? Should you have one? Simply put, a wealth transfer plan is a way to ensure that after you are gone, your estate is distributed the way you want it to be. Your estate encompasses all of your assets, including your home. It's a common misconception that only wealthy people need a wealth transfer plan. Everyone, regardless of net worth, I'll repeat that. Everyone, regardless of net worth, should have a say in what happens to their assets after they pass away. Having a wealth transfer plan allows your wishes to be honored and minimizes legal difficulties and confusion for your heirs. What constitute your assets, also known as your estate? In short, assets are everything you own. This is including your home, cars, jewelry, land. Your estate also includes your life savings and investments, insurance policies like life insurance, or even bonds or rental properties you may have. Your collections or special heirlooms may also be included in your estate. There's a list of potential assets on the slide, but the bottom line is that if you own it, it's potentially part of your estate. In addition to ensuring your assets are distributed the way you want, an estate plan can mean your loved ones experience less stress, reduced expenses, and fewer delays as they settle your estate. Your passing will already be a difficult and stressful time for them. So creating a wealth transfer plan will preserve your legacy and make things a little easier on your loved ones. They won't need to stress about wills, state laws, titles, trust agreements, beneficiary designations, and federal statutes, or lose years in probate. Your estate plan can always provide for debts, medical and funeral expenses, attorney fees, and income and estate taxes. Taking those worries away from your next of kin and your loved ones is going to mean a lot. And of course, the expenses of taxes, probate, and attorney fees can be accounted for in your estate plan, resulting in less shrinkage of your assets as they're settled. If this feels overwhelming, you're not alone. And our What If workbook is a great place to start when building your wealth transfer or your estate plan. It can be your guide and help start some of these harder conversations. If you'd like a copy of that workbook, please reach out to the team and we'd be happy to get you one. So here's another way of looking at the need for a wealth transfer plan. You've probably recognized many of these names. This chart shows the impact of federal and state estate taxes and administrative costs on their final estates. Look at Elvis. Over 70% of his estate went to people other than his heirs. Now his estate might be larger than yours, but do you want more than half of what you worked for to disappear after your death? Of course not. That is why you create a plan. A good wealth transfer plan will also have benefits while you are still alive. So for example, you can use your existing wealth transfer plan to identify who will make financial and medical decisions if you are ever incapacitated. It can also give direction about life support measures you may or may not want taken in the event of a terminal illness. If you already have some of these pieces in place, that is wonderful. When was the last time you read those documents? Has it been 5 years, maybe 10 years? If it's been 10 years or more, it is recommended and best practice to have those reviewed and updated to ensure they still reflect your wishes and that nothing has changed regarding additional and/or different language. And of course, your wealth transfer plan will have numerous benefits upon your death. Specifically for those of us with young children, like myself, a wealth transfer plan will define the guardians for your children, how you would like your assets distributed. A good wealth transfer plan that is carefully designed may also enable you to reduce the impact of estate and gift taxes while helping your heirs avoid a lengthy probate. In my experience, working with clients, most want to avoid probate and make things as easy for their loved ones as they can. So how does a wealth transfer plan work, and how exactly does it lower your heirs' tax burden and probate time? So some strategies include the use of a trust and/or life insurance policies. Others take advantage of particular tax laws, and some use financial products that can affect how certain assets are taxed. I know, you want me to tell you specifically what to do to minimize shrinkage of your assets. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. You'll get an introduction to wealth transfer plans today, but not a step-by-step plan. Every wealth transfer plan is different, and you should consult a qualified estate planning attorney to offer guidance on which approaches are best for your particular needs and situations. We have a list of attorneys we trust to take care of our clients. If you're ready for that next step, please reach out and we'd be happy to share those names with you. Stein Financial Group's educational webinar series is focused on this conversation all year, and we'll have an estate lawyer coming in June to talk even more about estate plans and be available to answer questions. So be sure to visit our events page on the website around June to RSVP for that event. When you're thinking about financial products and how they fit into your plan, keep in mind the product or strategy should be suitable for you long term. Before you make a purchase or move assets, you should weigh your objectives, time horizon, risk tolerance, and many costs before investing. Also, your plan should change as your personal or financial situations change. This means if it's been a few years since you reviewed how all of these pieces of your wealth transfer plan come together, it's probably time to sit down and visit with your financial advisor and the other professionals on your team. Myself, Stein Financial Group, and our broker-dealer, Cetera Advisor Networks, do not give legal or tax advice. As I said, you should consult an attorney or tax advisor for answers to specific and technical questions. As financial advisors, we are here to listen and be your advocate for a wealth transfer plan. We're here to listen and help point you in the right direction. So as I've said, every wealth transfer plan is different, but there are some elements common to almost all of them. A will details how you'd like your assets and property distributed. Items in your will include your major assets, like your home or your vehicle, as well as things that might be more sentimental, like your heirlooms. Power of attorney establishes procedures for handling your finances if you are unable to do so. Powers of attorney usually have instructions for if you are incapacitated as well as if you die. A trust establishes legal arrangements for holding and transferring property and assets. A trust is a way to leave your assets in someone's care or for them to distribute it to a third party. Trusts are often used for the care of a minor or a person who requires long-term care for a charitable distribution, but they can also be used for other reasons. A letter of instruction communicates information that may not be covered elsewhere in the estate plan, such as your funeral arrangements and what you wish. You also need a living will and a healthcare power of attorney to provide instructions on medical intervention and identify a trusted individual who can make a decision on your behalf. And of course, your plan should include contact information for all the relevant professionals. Having this information neatly typed out and accessible will save a lot of hassle for your loved ones. Your contact information should include your lawyer, your financial planner, your accountant, your insurance company, all the accounts and policy information, and other items your family may need to be aware of. This is part of the What If workbook, along with many other items we feel will leave your loved ones with less worry and stress when you are gone. Your insurance or investment professional can help you determine exactly what components your estate plan should have and what other professionals will need to get involved to get the plan in place. They can even help you navigate changes in the federal and estate gift tax law. If you'd like to visit with Anthony or I more about your wealth transfer plan, ask the question, when can I meet, in the Q&A box below, and with your email, and Anthony or I will reach out to find a time when we can have a good conversation. So now that we've defined what a wealth transfer plan is and who needs one, everyone, let's talk about getting started. Today we'll be talking about a 5-step process for starting a wealth transfer plan. It's a simple plan, but that doesn't mean it will necessarily be easy. There are important decisions to make, but delaying won't make it any easier, so I encourage you to start now. The first step is to take a comprehensive survey of your financial situation, including any investments, retirement savings, real estate holdings, business interests, insurance policies, and debts. Even if it's something short-term or just small on your balance sheet, including it in your wealth transfer plan so your heirs aren't wondering what to do about it after you're gone is really important. The next step is to consider who you would like to inherit your assets. This is not a decision you will make lightly. It will be important to keep this updated if, for instance, you have another child or a grandchild. When determining your heirs, consider both family and friends, as well as any organizations or groups where you would like to leave a legacy. Even if you think you've already taken care of this and named all of your beneficiaries, we encourage everyone to review them every few years. You would be shocked at the one account that got missed or forgotten, or one that still had an ex-spouse listed that we come across. So it is always good to review. Once you've determined your assets and who will receive them, it's time to identify people who will help distribute the assets. These are your executors, your guardians, and your trustees. Now, before listing these people in your documents, speak with them about their ability and willingness to fulfill these duties, because this is a big responsibility and one we usually ask our loved ones who are also mourning us to take on. So this role is not to be taken lightly by you or the person you asked to fill this role. Once you've taken stock of your assets and identified some of the people and groups you'd like to include in your wealth transfer plan, it's time to share your wishes with your heirs. Communicating your plans ensures everyone is aware of your preferences, and it helps prevent future conflicts and misunderstandings. You've probably seen the movie or even heard the real-life story where heirs are surprised or disappointed by what they do or do not receive in a will. This is not a best-case scenario, and I encourage you to communicate proactively with your heirs early in the process. Having a family meeting to discuss your plan can be overwhelming. What to share, how much to share can be hard to determine. Our What If workbook is, again, a great guide and a starting point for this conversation. As your financial advisor, we are your advocates, and we can help you prepare and or even be in these family meetings. So once you've laid the groundwork for your wealth transfer plan, it's time to involve a team. This includes your lawyer, your financial planner, your accountant, and your insurance company. Please don't try to create a wealth transfer plan on your own. Professional assistance will help prevent the shrinkage of your assets, save your loved ones from a lengthy probate process. When you schedule your team meeting, it will save a lot of time and hourly fees if you come prepared with the documents you've already created. This is including an older will, bank statements, trust documents, powers of attorneys, insurance policies, and anything else that you may already have out there or need. When you're meeting with your team, you can discuss how to store these documents, who will have access to them, and the process for making changes if necessary. For those of you who are already clients of Stein Financial Group, you have access to a secure document vault on our AdviceWorks client portal. I can help anyone get that set up or just review how to utilize this document vault for your wealth transfer documents and that What If workbook. So today we've learned what a wealth transfer plan is and who should have one. Everyone, the benefits of having a wealth transfer plan in place, and the elements of an effective wealth transfer plan and how to get started. So who's going to review their current documents? Who needs to get started on their wealth transfer plan? Who needs a What If workbook? Who needs to finish their What If workbook? So what questions do you have for me? For any questions or to schedule a time to talk, please utilize the contact information on this slide. Thank you for watching.